Well said, Judy. I want my life back too, you know. I'm watching the Weather Channel right now, showing a big storm coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. And from what I understand, there's very unsafe amounts of benzene to make people sick. Good friend says charcoal will pull it out of the system. So they probably won't tell us that on the media, you know how they are. The EPA says that it's safe down there, but they said that on 9/11. Yeah, I want my life back. I want my life back. How do I want my life back? Let me count the ways. I want my life back to when I thought they were talking about me when they were describing the qualities of Jesus as a 1 or 2 year old kid. I want my life back to where I thought I was the only one. I daydreamed I was the only one with a machine gun when the Nazis came into church. I want my life back to when I wanted to be an army general and defend peace and freedom for the American people. Then I joined the commune. I want my life back where being an activist is something you do when you got extra time. I want my life back when I can count on the activist community to utilize me and to do what's right and to not drop the ball. I want my life back to where all I got to worry about is my career, and I got plenty of energy, plenty of time for fun. I want my life back to when I didn't think our government would kill us. I was very upset on September 11th, but I couldn't figure out for like 2 weeks, how did that happen? Worked with steel, done welding. As a kid, I liked to burn stuff. I could never get steel to melt with, gasoline or kerosene. Stick it in a fire. So, it just didn't occur to me our government would kill 3,000 people. About 4 years later, I found out different. I want my life back to where I'm a part of the peace community. See, 9/11's not real popular with the peace community here in Columbus, Ohio, Cowtown. Buckeyes don't want to hear about it. We got a bunch of, I don't know if they're just trying to be socially acceptable or they're hangovers from the COINTELPRO actions of the 60s. But they're just making sure nothing gets done. Without 9/11 truth, we may as well be defending ourselves from the Arab terrorists. These people are crafty. They can outwit our air defenses for over an hour. And with box cutters, fly planes into buildings and make them come down. Jet fuel burns 1,200 degrees cooler than what it takes to melt steel. Yeah, I want my life back. When President Bush did the surge, I cut way back on my hours. So, I got financial problems. And then, when the economy went south, my employer tightened up their insurance requirements, and I wasn't able to meet their tougher standards. So I have a real tough problem now. But I got more time to make DVDs and keep active and keep the perspective. I call myself a Reformed Democrat because after doing election integrity work, I realized that neither party really care about Americans. John Kerry won the election, but why should I care? Do I care if the liberal Skull and Bones won over the conservative Skull and Bones? I was confused back then, and I like to say, I lived on a commune for 2.5 years. Even I didn't realize the enormity, the paradox I was working with. I was fully aware that computers weren't safe. I knew what Satan was. I'm a strong Christian man. I wasn't quite aware of what Skull and Bones was. I knew it was bad. I didn't know maybe how bad it was, I guess. I didn't want to face it, I don't know. But I was actually an activist on Video the Vote. That's where I got started with my video work. Trying to get people to be able to vote actually and not provisionally on computers, hoping that more would vote for Kerry than Bush. I mean, it's just crazy. It's like Keystone activists. Vote on a computer for a Satanist that smokes dope rather than a Satanist that drinks beer and does coke. I mean, come on, man. I finally, I used to say, don't vote, don't complain. Now I agree with George Carlin. If you do vote, you can't complain because you're just encouraging them. And, I'm glad I'm aware. That's what I tell my buddy Rich, man, and my other friends, and they say to me, at least we're aware. People won't listen. We try to tell them. The new phrase is, there were no planes. John Kerry didn't lose the election because he had the wrong tactics. He won the election, but he got it stolen from him. My boss at the construction company actually went to the Kerry celebration because last he heard, like at 11 o'clock in the morning, Kerry was winning. And that's typically how it goes. Follows through the day. No, not this time. And who was his campaign manager? The Secretary of State in Ohio. People don't get that. It's like, don't you think that's a bit of a conflict of interest? Oh, he wouldn't cheat. No, he's got integrity, even Reagan, trust but verify. So, yeah, I want my life back. This flu thing's got me upset. This oil spill's got me upset. Can't seem to get off of cigarettes. Got off of weed 3 years ago. Do I want my life back? I don't know. I'm glad I'm alive. I'm glad I'm aware. You gotta put Satan in his place. And You know where that's at? There's my camera. To hell with Satan. I pledge resistance to the cult which has become the New World Order, and to the demonic for which it stands, one culture, under Baal, indefensible, with depravity and terror for all. To this I pledge resistance, so help me God. So, thanks Judy. It's a great idea. I want my life back. 5.0. Peace, rock and roll, God bless. 'Cause our life is more than our work, and our work is more than our job. That's all, folks.